All in.
Kevin is all in. Nick folds, and Kevin's going to win the pot.
Yeah, buddy.
So over 24 minutes left at this level. 15,000 ante, 60,000, 120,000 on the blinds. Started with 506 players down to our final two here at the HPT main event at the Ameristar Casino in East Chicago, Indiana.
Keep doing it.
50 more, kid.
I'm gonna get it.
And we can roll it back to 60, 70 if you want. Just create a new level.
Kevin's going to be first act on the button.
Call.
Kevin's going to make the call. Option. To Eric and, Nick in the big blind.
Option 6.
Checks his option. Let's see the flop. Flop is 10 of spades, ace of diamonds, 6 of diamonds. Nick is first to act. Nick's gonna bet 250,000. Kevin folds, and Nick is gonna win the pot.
You just never give me a walk, huh?
Nick's first act, he raises to 300,000. Action's over to Kevin. Kevin folds, and Nick's gonna take down the pot. So over 22 minutes left at this level. 15,000 ante, 60, 120 on the blinds. Kevin's going to be first act here on the button.
$240.
Kevin's going to raise to 240,000. 240. Action's over to Nick. Nick's gonna fold, and Kevin's gonna win the pot. Either one of you want something to drink? Both good?
I'll take a couple cold waters. I have no change on me though. Anyone got any singles? Yeah. Let me get one more napkin, please. Give me a second. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I need it. Sure.
All right, Nick's gonna be first act here on the button. 15,000 ante, 60,000, 120,000 on the blinds. Nick is first act on the button. Nick's gonna raise to 300,000.
Man, always so much.
Action's over to Kevin. Kevin's gonna fold, and Nick takes down the pot.
Daddy's got me. No worries.
Kevin's gonna be first act on the button. 6120 on the blinds.
$240.
Kevin's gonna raise to 240,000. Action's over to Nick.
All in.
One stack out there for us, Nick. Nick is going to be all in. Nick moves all in. Action's back to Kevin. Kevin's going to fold, and Nick's going to win the pot. Nick's going to be first act on the button, 6120 on the blinds. Nick's going to raise to 300,000. Action's over to Kevin.
All in.
Kevin is all in. Nick folds, and Kevin's going to win the pot.
Well, it's not the preferred method, but we'll take it. It's not the preferred method. I'd rather see flops, but sorry, parents are partial.
Kevin's going to be first act. Kevin makes the call option to Nick in the big blind.
All in.
Nick's going to raise. All in and a call. All in and a call. Let's see the two hands. Kevin shows king of clubs, queen of spades. Nick shows pocket fours, four of spades, four of hearts. All right, we have an all in and a call here. Kevin does have the king of clubs, queen of spades. Nick shows four of spades, four of hearts, and is currently in the lead. Kevin's term of life is at risk. Let's see the flop. Flop is nine of clubs, queen of clubs, eight of clubs. Kevin does flop a queen for a pair of queens and also the flush draw, and is currently in the lead. Let's see the turn card. Turn card is the five of diamonds. Kevin needs to fade. Just the four of diamonds, right? Just the four of diamonds. Let's see the river card. River card is the queen of hearts, and Kevin's
$1 million, $2 million, 30,000. My dad.
How much salt?
It's 2,045,000, I believe.
2 million plus the break.
Now we got gambling chips.
45.
Yes, 2 million.
Good hand.
Thanks.
2,045,000. Kevin was all in for 2,045,000 and is going to double up through Nick. 2,045,000.
It's like baseball over again.
2 million.
Same pants.
Just under 16 minutes left at this level. 15,000. Yanni, 6120 on the blinds.
Yep.
Nick's going to be first to act on the button. Nick's going to raise to 300,000. 300,000 is the bet. Action's back to Kevin, or to Kevin. He folds, and Nick's going to win the pot. Kevin's going to be first to act on the button.
240.
240,000 is the announced amount. 240. Action's over to Nick. Nick makes the call, 240,000. And a call. Let's see the flop. Flop is 7 of clubs, 6 of clubs, 9 of hearts. Nick is first to act. Nick's gonna bet out 325,000, 325 is the bet by Nick. Actions over to Kevin. Kevin's gonna fold, and Nick's gonna take down the pot. Nick's going to be first to act here on the button. Nick's going to raise to 300,000. Action's over to Kevin. And Kevin's going to make the call, 300,000 and a call. Let's see the flop. Flop is Queen of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, King of Diamonds. Kevin's going to be first to act.
Check.
Checks over to Nick. Nick's going to bet 300,000. Action's back to Kevin. Kevin's going to make the call, 300,000 and a call. Let's see the turn card. Turn card is the 5 of spades. Kevin's first to act.
Check.
Checks over to Nick. Nick checks as well. Both players check the turn. Let's see the river card. River card is the Jack of clubs. Kevin's first to act.
$1 million.
1 million is the announced amount. Nick folds, and Kevin's going to take down the pot. Just over 11 minutes left at this level. 15,000 ante, 60,000, 120,000 on the blinds. Down to our final 2 players. Started with 506 players. Kevin's going to be first to act here on the button.
240.
240,000 is the announced amount. $240 is the announced amount. Action's on Nick. Nick's going to re-raise to a total bet of 600,000. Action's back to Kevin. And Kevin's going to make the call. 600,000 and a call. Let's see the flop. Flop is 5 of diamonds, 5 of hearts, ace of hearts. Nick is first to act. Checks over to Kevin.
Check.
Kevin checks. Both players check the flop. Let's see the turn card. Turn card is the Queen of Clubs. Nick is first act. Nick is going to bet out 550,000 is the bet. Actions over to Kevin. Kevin's going to make the call. 550,000 and a call. Let's see the river card. River card is a 7 of diamonds. Nick is first act. Checks over to Kevin. Kevin checks as well. Both players check the river. Nick shows 10-9.
I can beat that.
Kevin shows Queen Jack for a pair of queens. Queens and fives, 2 pair. Kevin's going to win the pot. Just over 7 minutes left at this level. 15,000 ante, 60, 120 on the blinds.
Sure.
Nick's going to be first act on the button. Nick's going to raise to 300,000. Over to Kevin. Kevin's going to fold, and Nick's going to take down the pot.